Big battle at the bridge, international call-ups, WSL domination, and seeing what our rivals are up to. Welcome back to the Pride FT podcast. Let's get straight into it. 4-4, Bo. What are we saying?
Just an all-time Premier League great game. Mind-blowing action. Two teams actually going for it. Hell.
Hell for leather.
Two teams, hell for leather, that's it. Pedal to the metal, no one holding back, no holds barred, hell in a cell, steel cage match. It was, honestly, it had it all. It was, last week we had unbelievable energy in our show because we came off the amazing 4-1 win at Tottenham. And then, this week we've been blessed once again with another all-timer game. And you know what? Chelsea are quickly becoming the entertainers of the league. We are entertaining. We must be a neutral favourite. I mean, probably not because everyone hates Chelsea. But,
apparently so.
Wow, a fantastic game. And I think all in all, quite happy with the result.
No, I am absolutely chuffed. I was expecting the worst. I was expecting, 6-0 battering. But we've scored 8 goals in 2 games.
Yeah.
Bro, last season we couldn't get 8 goals in a fucking half a year.
Yeah. Hey, get this as well. This stat, right? That's the first time that a Pep team has it's the first time that a Pep team has conceded 4 goals in over 1,000 days.
Fucking hell!
It just doesn't happen to Pep teams. And
see this?
Yeah,
see this?
Look at that.
Heritage.
We are proper. The vibes obviously at the moment are pretty immaculate, aren't they? We're as you said, we're bagging in goals. We're getting good results against good teams. Now, obviously we have to say this though. That is kind of what we do. We get good results against good teams, and then what happens against the smaller teams?
We get absolutely fucked. We get absolutely bombarded.
We drop points
with counter attacks, and then they just go in. I don't know what happens. We defend for 70 minutes, and then all of a sudden they score, and that's it. We're deflated. And the thing is with us, if we can't get that early lead domination and grip and sort of hold on the game, and obviously to control the tempo and the speed of the game, we sort of get slumped. That's the thing.
Exactly.
It's really I think it's more the maturity of the team as well.
Oh, definitely. We said that, didn't we, after the Tottenham game? A lot of our naivety and immaturity showed in the way that we were kind of, dealing with the game. And actually, I think you're right. Against smaller teams, we lose our concentration and we can see goals, and then we struggle to get back into it because all they have to do is put everyone behind the box, everyone behind the ball, and then we're stuck. But obviously, this game is different because Man City were going to come out to try and beat us. Yeah. And we had to respond. So let's go through some of the game events because there were many. There were many. Straight away, we've got 2 yellow cards in the first 25 minutes. Mark Cucurella and Cole Palmer pick up yellow cards.
Sorry, who was that?
Cole Palmer.
You mean Cold Palmer? Yeah.
Palmer. Yeah. Then 2 minutes after that, Erling Haaland gets the penalty. So it was a long penalty check. I'm guessing the yellow card that Cucurella gets was for the foul on Erling Haaland in the box. And another day, another VAR catastrophe, another atrocity,
another one, right?
Another one.
Anthony Taylor. If we don't he's the most hated guy at Pogmore right now. It's fucking ridiculous. Why? And I'll say it again. I'll keep on fucking saying it until he gets fired. But why is he in charge of these big games when he's just been demoted for a weekend championship, and now you've come up to the biggest game of the weekend and arguably a Premier League great. The way it turned out. And the first 25 minutes and you got the wrong decision.
Yeah, already. Some people will say it was the right call, but watching the replays back, the whole reason why we have VAR so they can watch replays back.
Exactly.
As you can see in the replay, Erling Haaland has already grabbed hold of Cucurella's shirt. He's pulled him that way and gone that way towards the goal.
The acceleration.
To get the acceleration for the header that was never coming, by the way, because Thiago Silva had it covered.
No, exactly.
Just a real shagging, and it was at that point my heart sank into my stomach, and I was like, oh god, this is going to be a long day because so early on, and I know what
minutes.
And I know what they're
position.
like. They'll get the confidence. They'll start feeling good about themselves, and they'll go on a run, and we're in trouble.
You start expecting loads more more as well. You start expecting they're going to get free kicks every fucking angle round our box.
Yeah.
You're thinking they're just going to add on the pressure now. When we go 1-0 down, as I've just said at the beginning, we get slumped because of all of our everybody just goes home really. But that wasn't the case, was it? Because 4 minutes later, the oldest scorer for us, or is in the Prem?
For Chelsea,
For Chelsea, Thiago Silva with a fucking fantastic header. 29 minutes, absolute class from a corner. Couldn't ask for more. Absolute goat. What a fucking goat. And I think that being so quick after the penalty, I think 4 minutes, you barely had time to sort of settle into the game after the penalty. So really, really good play. Get that fucking ball in, 1-1, and then we start looking like we're like, all right, we'll have a bit of this, because now you've broke that spell, you've broke that illusion that you can't score against this team.
Exactly.
And Raheem Sterling took that to heart, and thought, you know what, 10 minutes later I'm going to fucking score a banger. So and that's what he done. I say a banger, it was a tap in, but you know what? We'll fucking take all of them, bruv. We take all of them.
Exactly.
But Reece James, Jesus Christ.
I mean, before we talk about Reece James, I just want to say, with us equalising so quickly, we've done that twice now. We did that. We came back from 1-0 down against Spurs. If that is something that we can build into our game, then all those times we do concede against those stupid little teams and we struggle to get points back, we shouldn't have to worry too much, because we're like, look, we can get back in the game here. We can fight back. So really encouraging to see a team, and it also shows a lot of courage. It shows a lot of that actually this team is coming together and building a bond, and they're showing that they can fight back together. Persistence, exactly. So obviously Reece James, what can be said about Reece James? Just a truly magnificent player. I can't think of a weakness in his game.
Outrageous.
There's nothing he doesn't bring.
No.
Shooting, passing, his touch, the way that one really underrated skill that he has that you don't really hear people talk about, maybe, is I find that he'll receive a ball, and obviously he's normally out on the right by the touchline, so he's got limited space already. But his first touch is always absolutely bang on.
Yeah, it is.
In a way that he can touch it.
And it's right in front of him.
And it's right in front of him, and he doesn't have to stretch or anything like that. He's got the ball, and then someone can come and pressure him, which obviously Man City are going to do.
Yeah.
And it's like, it doesn't matter, because he'll quickly shift it and they'll play it off, and he sucks people in, and he's just and he's just so good, and really he got quite lucky really with that assist, because Cole Palmer makes the ball. Gvardiol obviously faffs about with it a bit, and he kind of gets messed up in his feet. But then James is there and he's alert, and he plays the perfect ball through to Sterling, as you said, tapped in at the back post, which we will take all day long.
Quality goal, quality. That is
and a good goal. And it made me think.
Goal.
And it made me think, rotted. Okay, so we're coming with a bit of something today. We're not just going to sit back and let them do us. And it looked pretty good up until...
Well, Akanji at 46 minutes.
Yeah.
It was
a shame, basically.
It was a massive shame. It was a massive shame.
Because, it was they had a corner, they played it out short.
With our marking, what happened? I think got to that time, it's half time, you're in extra time, and you're thinking, I've only got a couple of minutes, and you switch off. You can't blame them. We're all human. We switch off. I believe it was Silva not marking. It was either that or Cuckoo. But, either we're switching off at half time. We shouldn't really against massive team like Man City. But Akanji, great header. You can't really take it away from him. Fucking brilliant.
Yeah, it was a good header. Yeah, a goalkeeper's getting nowhere near it. It was just a bit of confusion. That's it. It was just somebody... I think it might have actually been a midfielder. It might have been Enzo or Gallagher or someone like that who let him go. But it was just one of those things. This is what I mean about those types of goals, that the concentration goes, we can see the goal. Fortunately for us, the game was positioned in a way that wouldn't affect the outcome too much. But obviously, disappointing to concede that right before the first half. But we go in at 2-2, and at the time, I remember I was in a Discord chat with someone, another Chelsea fan, and I was saying, I don't hate this. Like, it's not ideal to concede 2, but I like the fact that we've been able to score 2 in the first place, and I said at this point, I'll take it. I'll take a 2-2.
Yeah,
you know, like, I'll take the draw. I think we've shown that we've got something about us, that we're not like complete pushovers. But it also might just be a step too far to try and, you know, get a win from this Man City team. But then obviously, bloody hell, second half starts, bosh, it's 3-2 to Man City.
2 minutes
Another goal from Erling Haaland.
I can't even remember this fucking goal.
So it was basically Cucurella being dodgy in my eyes, as always. Ball kind of comes out to the right-hand side with Julian Alvarez, and Cucurella is just so flat-footed that Julian Alvarez just like puts on the burners, and he's already a step or 2 behind. Alvarez gets to the edge of the box, lays it back. Who's there? Who else? Erling Haaland, who actually scores with his cock, I think, because it doesn't actually.
Now. Yeah, he doesn't score into it.
Exactly, he slides into it, and I'm pretty sure it hits his ball sack or his cock, and it goes in. So, we can't stop that, and it is a goal, and it's 3-2, and then we're upset.
I mean, that's the thing,
because then we think we're in trouble.
We're getting scored against by Bellens, literally.
Exactly,
and
literally.
then Doku then gets a yellow card for simulation. 10 minutes later, and
has to die because Reece James is locking him up.
Exactly, bruv. Exactly. I still haven't seen Doku, so he's somewhere in his pocket. Grealish then comes on for Doku, which I can't remember Grealish actually doing anything, to be honest.
Did it fall? Yeah.
Then Moises Caicedo does a silly foul. Then Mudryk comes on for Enzo Fernandez. Now, people are saying Enzo Fernandez didn't have a good game, but if you actually look at the stats, it wasn't actually that bad.
No, people need to relax Evu. It's so weird how maybe because he's not flavour of the month, because now Cole Palmer is that guy, that people are just pretending like, you know,
like he's not
Enzo.
Class.
Yeah, like look, you need to have good players all over the pitch. We're playing against obviously one of the most talented teams in the league. Also one of the most talented midfielders. Also one of the midfields that tactically foul players more than definitely more than any other team, because that's what they do. That's what Pep teams do. They do these little fouls that they get away with time and time again. That you have to be wary of. Fernandinho, before you left, was a master at it. Rodri now is a master at it. Like, he will literally do little small fouls. He'll do 5 or 6 a game and he won't get a yellow, because that's what Man City do. But yeah, no, I know. Ridiculous for anyone to be giving Fernandes any kind of shit. Also worth mentioning that, you know, he's played so much ball. Yeah. You know, every bloody international break, he's flying like 10,000 miles round trips to bloody Argentina to play, and he plays every minute of that as well. Yeah,
exactly.
So,
and if you just look at his fucking heat map, he's all over the gap. So
he is all over the gap,
you know?
and he's not detrimental to the team.
No.
When if he doesn't score or assist, you might think, well, what's he done? But he's such a good close control, and his passing is so good.
He's so instrumental with the build up.
Yeah, exactly. I don't mind if he has a fairly quiet game, because I know that whatever he is doing is worth it.
Exactly.
We mentioned Caicedo as well. If we're going to talk about £100+ million midfielder, let's talk about the other. I actually think he had, for him, especially considering how good he was against Tottenham, he had actually a bit of a poor game. There were a couple of occasions where he got twisted up in midfield, and I thought, oh, you look a bit rash, you look a bit mad there. And then it reminds fans that this is not Kante 2.0.
No.
Like, no one's as good as Kante was.
No.
Kante is like a generational...
I miss him, man.
I know. He's a generational talent, and you know, players just aren't like that. So that kind of reminded me that Caicedo is still very young. He's still got a lot of, figuring out to do, and he's not Kante, and he probably never will be.
No.
But yeah, obviously, James goes off, which is good, because he needed the rest.
Yeah, so
Gusto comes on.
It was a double sub. So yeah, Mudryk for Enzo, and then Gusto comes on for James. Gusto... probably the worst I've seen him.
Yeah, looks a bit higgy.
Did you see that miss he done?
Yeah, I know. Well,
that was fucking shocking.
Shocking.
Nan could have fucking scored that, and she's got a dodgy hip.
Yeah, or it's one of those ones as well where it's like, if that was Reece James, that's a goal, 100% a goal.
Any other player, other fucking player, bro.
Yeah, so
maybe not Nicholas Jackson.
But having said that,
well, saying that,
The other sub though, Mudryk, sorry, he came on and had another disaster class. Well, actually, he didn't have a disaster class like he did against Tottenham, but he literally did nothing in the game.
Nothing. No.
I don't remember him getting the ball. I didn't see him make a run behind. He didn't do anything to stretch the play. He got a 6.3 according to SofaScore, which is in the kind of orange colour, so he didn't do well at all. Yeah. He played for 26 minutes. He made 2 passes. He had 8 touches of the ball.
Jesus.
He made 2 dribble attempts, and none of them were successful.
And how much does he get paid? Jesus Christ.
Well, I know. He lost the ball 3 times. I'm really struggling to see that when we get other players back, I'm really struggling to see where Mudryk belongs. Yeah. Because, when he starts, I really don't rate the kid at all.
Not anymore, no. Talking about people who I do rate, though, Nicholas Jackson, back at it like a bad habit. Nicholas Jackson scores at the 67th minute. Fucking another goal for Jackson.
Hey, and created by Conor Gallagher, number one, doing the damn business. Got to shout out Conor Gallagher. He had another fantastic game. He was everywhere. He was hassling. He was hurrying. He was putting his foot in. At one point, he went in. He pressured someone. I think it might have been Rodri. Tackled his ass. He bent his leg. He did a Badia Shield from last season. He bent his ankle. He looked injured, and I was like, "Oh, that looks quite bad." I've had stuff like that where your ankle twists. He's in trouble. No, he kept playing and he was fine. Conor Gallagher retrieves it, shoots him outside the box. Gets a good bit of swaz on it. Causes Edison to struggle with the ball, and Nicholas Jackson is the most awake and alive in the box, and is there to tap it in. And that is, albeit not the most aesthetically pleasing goal for a striker. Yeah. That was proper striker play.
I was just going to say, that is striker instinct right there. And that's what we've been missing from him. That is what we've been missing from him. And I think the amount of confidence he's got now through that hat-trick against Tottenham, that confidence, you could just see it. You could see it brimming. And, he is that striker mentality of, doesn't matter how the fuck you do it, get that ball into the goal. Look at Haaland. He scored with his penis. So,
exactly.
Fucking get it into the goal and then it's done. But just going back a little bit, Gallagher, have you noticed online, a lot of people are actually starting to notice now, like, oh shit, he's actually the real deal. Like, and we've been saying this since day dot. And and now people are like, oh, okay, no, let's give him his flowers. I'm like, bruv, he's owed a fucking few bouquets at this point. Like, it's ridiculous. Absolute quality. Fucking love him.
He's so good
through and through. He was obviously captain for half an hour or so after James comes off. Then Rodri fouls, and it was I can't remember what foul that was now. Foul was that? Can't remember. Anyway, Rodri fouls. Then Kovacic comes on. I didn't even see him fucking do anything. Don't know about you.
No.
He literally disappeared. I saw he just blended in with the crowd somewhere.
He stunk the joint out. Let's be honest.
So Alvarez comes off, which is a poor decision to be honest. Alvarez for fucking Kovacic. Are you mad? Then Rodri scores a corker, assisted by Erling Haaland. And they thought it was over.
Yeah. Well. We'll call it a corker. It was bloody lucky because he took a shot from the edge and it bounced off Thiago Silva, who put in a very tired leg to stop that.
It was a corker because of the fucking spin off of Thiago Silva's heel.
Right,
That was ridiculous. No one's saving that. And by the way, if Silva didn't get in the way of that and didn't put his leg out, Sanchez was saving it because he was already there.
It's one of those ones where, like, I saw people say, like, I can't remember who it was. Someone was like, as a keeper, that's it. Peter Schmeichel often apparently said, this is what a commentator said, that he would prefer them just to leave it and let it go through because he would rather just deal with it in the way that he knows it's going. Than potentially suffer the consequences of a crazy deflection, and it was a big deflection. One of those times.
It was like Silva shot himself. It was fucking
I
nuts.
know. But it'd been a crazy game. He was just didn't have it. He didn't have it in to block it properly. He just whacked a leg out.
You know what though? I want to know, that deflection was fucking huge, right? How is that still Rodri's goal? How was that not an own goal?
I don't know how. I don't know how they calculate that it was going on target. To be honest, because it it hit him on like the edge of the box, so it's hard to know, isn't it, like where the ball's going to go. But anyway, hey, we conceded. We were upset. We were like, do you know what? We were like, do you know what? We put in a shift. We gave them some trouble. What can you do? We worked hard. We worked hard.
Then,
having said that, there were 8 minutes of additional time. Armando Broja, our Albanian prince, comes on.
Hang on.
That's it. Our Albanian prince comes on, and then 5 minutes later, the ball is fizzed to him in the box. He takes a fantastic first touch.
Yeah.
He then fakes it, dummies it, and baits Ruben Diaz into a crazy slide.
Absolutely slumped.
Pushes it past him. Ruben Diaz sweeps down his leg. It's a stone wall penalty to the Chelsea in the 95th minute.
Yeah.
Oh my word! And obviously, who's our penalty taker?
Oh, hang on. It's coming to me. I'm feeling a bit cold.
Feeling a bit chilly.
It's cold Palmer.
It's cold. Jermaine Palmer is our penalty taker, and we all think, hang about. This is a bit nerve-wracking.
I wasn't even nervous.
Is it really?
I wasn't even. That's how good he is at pens and how confident he is, right?
Yeah.
And he was against his old team, and I thought he's going to prove them now. Like he's going to prove. And I thought, back in the day when even Jorginho, he was good at pens, but it was like I always had this underlying like shit. He might because he might fuck up. Enzo, terrible at penalties, but like then you got Cold Palmer. When he comes up to a penalty, that's 4-5 in now?
4, I think now. I think he's got 4 penalties,
Mate, honestly, from that first one he took, I was like, oh, this kid's different. Different. And every single one. And this one, again, he grabbed the ball. He did make like poker face. Fucking poker face. He's like, I don't give a fuck. Put it down. Erling Haaland's chatting shit to him.
Yeah, I
like,
saw that.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Right? Puts it down. And it was like fucking WWE. Watch out. Fucking ball straight past Ederson.
It was a great penalty as well. It was a great penalty. I mean, look, there's not much more you can say about Cole Palmer, but he is him. I tweeted that. He has got the minerals, to quote another Chelsea YouTuber, proper minerals Cole Palmer has.
And to quote Pieface from a famous saying, he's got ice in the fucking veins.
Ice in the veins. It was just unbelievable, like to do that. And there's a really good from the commentator who said, "The City boy has become Chelsea's man."
Yeah,
and it was such a great line, and just a fantastic penalty.
The celebration.
Oh, the celebration!
Just
what? This is what I do. This is me. I'm Cole Palmer, baby. I'm Cole Jermaine Palmer.
Are you getting a bit chilly?
Yeah. So that was obviously fantastic, and we were just buzzing about that. And then, not long after, the game ends with it comes to a close, and we've all, witnessed a fantastic 4-4 draw. I think the last one of its kind since Liverpool versus Arsenal in like 2009.
Yeah, something like that.
Where it was like every goal was the go-ahead goal. So it was they went ahead, equalised, they went ahead, they equalised, they went ahead. Yeah. So it was just crazy and a real advert for Premier League football. Like
honestly, you're not getting any better Barclays than that.
Exactly. It was peak Barclays and I guess if we have to kind of summarize how it, like, off the back of that result, how do we feel about the squad? How do we feel about the team?
Fucking great, because we put 4 past the treble winners. 4 goals past the treble winners. And in my head, I've said this to you in a message after the game. 2 of them goals didn't exist. The first pen was bullshit, and Rodri's deflected off of Thiago Silva's fucking foot about 50 yards. So really, we won 4-2.
Yeah,
that's in my head. In my head, I'm like, none of our goals was dodgy. And we absolutely destroyed them. And I don't know. I watched some people doing that, analysis of how we broke them down, and I think Cole Palmer and Raheem Sterling really told Pochettino how to fucking break them down. And sorry, can we just give some flowers to Sterling here?
Oh, sorry, of course. Yeah, we forgot to talk about Sterling.
What a fucking game he had.
Yeah, he put on a show. I was saying, bloody hell, Kyle Walker must be awful to come up against as an attacker, because he's so fast and so physically dominated that it must be stressful. But The amount of time Sterling just dubsed him up and whacked it through his legs and dribbled past him.
It was so ice, bro.
Sterling, yeah, kudos, big flower to Sterling. He put on a show for real.
Yeah, absolute quality. Fucking the skills and everything like that, bringing it all out. Literally took the trick book with him, and you know what? Who the fuck let him cook? Because he ate, bro. He ate. Absolutely brilliant game. Who was your leader of the pack?
I just think for it's so hard. We've got so many candidates. I think for the rough and tumble of it all, and just his impact, I want to go Gallagher. I think Gallagher deserves the.
I'll go with that. I'll go with that. Yep. All right. We'll go with that.
Because he got assists. Gallagher, he was all over the pitch. He was putting it in. Yeah, no, I'm feeling pretty good as well about like how our squad is, how our team is. I mean, remember we said like we had a really quite easy run in, and then we were like, right, it's about to get mental.
Yeah.
And that started with the Tottenham game, which was
Arsenal game.
Sorry, Arsenal game, which we drew 2-2. Yeah. So that's 1 point there. Then the Brentford game is obviously a disaster. We lose 2-0.
Yeah.
So we dropped points there. And then in the Premier League, it continues. Tottenham, we get 3 points. We got a point at Man City. Anyway, what I'm saying is, if you look at Arsenal, Tottenham, and Man City, 3 games, you think, I can't see us getting a point. No. Where we were before that run, I can't see us getting a point. Yeah. We come away with, what's that, 6 points? 5 points? 5 points from a possible 9.
Yeah.
That's pretty good going. And that gives me... And that gives me a lot of confidence, because now I look at these games that are coming up. I'm seeing Newcastle, who are in a bad form, and they can't catch a break in the league. Yeah. They just lost 2-0 to bloody Bournemouth. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. I think they're beatable. They're very good, but I think they're beatable. Brighton also aren't on it.
No,
very beatable. Man United, I've never seen a Man United team more shite. Now they keep picking up wins, but they are crap.
Mate, they keep on picking up wins through one goal. Literally,
I know.
97th minute Fergie time goal.
It's so gross, isn't it? But and then Everton and Sheffield United. So actually, you know, if I'm being positive, which I'm not normally, but this is what they're giving me. They're giving me hope.
I'm looking at 12 points.
There's 3, 6, 9, 12. There's 15 up for grabs.
I'm looking at 12 points.
I'm looking at 12 as well. Yeah. And when you deep it, table wise, we're 5 points behind United.
Yeah.
With the same amount of games played. And United, if we beat them, that's a 6 point swing.
Yeah.
And they're not going to lose again this season, you know what I mean? So I don't know. Anyway, I think we should feel pretty good.
Mate, I am absolutely buzzing.
I think my god! And who's coming back? Nkunku's coming back after the international break. Nkunku's coming back. Lavia is coming back. Chukwuemeka's coming back. Badia Shield's going to be fit.
We need to talk about this quick. Where is Lavia going in this team?
I don't know, and I honestly, I think at the end of the day, the kid's like 19. Yeah, he shouldn't be coming into the squad anyway.
No.
I really shouldn't have been bought, in my opinion. But
no. He's a backup, really.
Yeah, he is a backup. Yeah, and like, the stupid thing is like Ugochukwu is more useful in our squad than Lavia is, because Ugochukwu is actually me too, but he's big and he's actually, you know, he gets himself about and he's a good header. Lavia is not a defensive midfielder. People keep pretending that he is. He's not at all. If you look at his stats, he didn't play like that at all for Southampton. So he's not coming in to like replace Caicedo. He's not coming in. If anything, stylistically, he's closest to Enzo.
Yeah.
And he's not replacing Enzo. So anyway, I don't know really. I'm glad I'm not the management team, because I don't have the answers to that question.
Where is Nkunku going to come in?
Gosh, well, that's another really hard one as well, isn't it? Because
do you think we go Moises Caicedo, Enzo, right? Normal. Then we have we'll have to. I mean, Sterling, as great as he was, right, has his ups and downs. He does. Yeah. He has his ups and downs. Maybe we go Nkunku and Sterling, or maybe we go Nkunku and Jackson.
It's really hard, isn't it? Because him coming back has come at a time where Jackson is scoring. Sterling is having some good games.
Yeah.
Palmer, you can't drop Palmer because he does something good every game. You can't drop Gallagher because he's like one of our best players every game.
Yep. Really, you can't do it.
Really, if anyone's dropping out, it's like Caicedo or Enzo.
Yeah.
Who aren't, exactly playing badly, but they're not doing what those other lot are doing.
Maybe Caicedo dropped.
But then you have the problem where you've spent over 100 million on 2 centre mids. You have to play them.
Yeah, it's going to be a mad one. I think
So
we're going to see a lot of rotation in this squad.
I guess so. I mean, yeah. It comes at a good time because it's December, isn't it? There's going to be like fucking 12 games in 5 days or something stupid.
Well, this is the thing. Obviously, Nkunku, right, is going to be just coming back from injury. So he won't be starting. He'll be subbed on.
True.
When he does become fit, and then we're talking about getting Victor Osimhen as well. So where the fuck is he going?
No,
we're going to have 3 up front? It makes no sense. Because if you drop Jackson's fucking morale's going to go down. And then when you do need him, he won't be there. He won't be performing. So it's going to be a fucking nuts one, honestly, to really, like, you know, hammer home a 11 that we potentially have every game. Right now, I can tell you a 9. And that's like probably the first time this season I can say confidently, this is the 9 you're going to get. Where 11, fucking hell, this is the 11 you're going to get.
11.
I keep on thinking about Tottenham 9. but yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's going to be a mental one. And I do not envy Pochettino's job, but I do envy the amount of money for it.
Of course.
So after that game, Pochettino said Pochettino on how far Chelsea product is along. He says, it is still far away, like the distance from the table. This is a process. It's a different moment during the period, but of course, this type of performance, we need to try to use the future. Which makes no sense. So basically, still far away, like the distance from the table. That process is a different moment during this period, but of course, this type of performance, we need to try and use for the future. So what he's trying to say there is, we take game by game, isn't it? It's like little botches of games by games, and see what we're working with. You know, obviously the performance that we put on isn't going to be every single game. It should be, but it's not going to be. So yeah, he's basically saying, we were good today, but there's a shit ton to do. Like,
we're still way far away from where we want to be. It's all well and good drawing, but you know, we got to carry on.
What did Rodri have to say, though?
Well, so Rodri said we played what they wanted to, quick transitions. They are a better team in those situations. They are faster, stronger, and we have to play our game, and we struggled. So just goes to show that somebody obviously integral in that midfield for them.
Knows what he's talking about.
As I said, was getting run about by us.
And that's the thing is that they basically, what they do with these teams is they have a back 4, then they have a 2 and a 2 and then a 1, right? And what they've done is basically moved that 1 up. So basically they're playing a 4-1-4-1. That's essentially what Man City does. Because we're on a quick transition, and that's what we played all game, was just quick transitions. Because of that, it takes time for these people that are in these places that they're not meant to be, because that's the game plan of Pep. Because they're all the way up there, they've got to track back. Now, the time they track back, they're getting, we're drawing them this way. Someone passes through. You're through on goal with 2 people in front of you. That's the thing. So, very, very good plays. And as he said, the transitional thing, we are faster, stronger, and better. But and Pep also said, Chelsea are going to be a fucking, quite a handful. I think he actually did say that, didn't he? He said we're going to be a force, which is, we've got youngsters and they're all gelling, and we've got this game plan, great manager. And Pep was looking a bit shook, to be fair. He was like, oh shit, I didn't know you had this in your locker. We've rattled the nest now. That's it. We've rattled the cage. So it's going to be interesting how we progress from this.
Yeah, we just got to continue it. Like, as I said, Newcastle's not going to be an easy game. Definitely not. But if we can get a good result there, man, we could really set ourselves up for a good run and climb up the table, because it's so embarrassing being mid-table. We've been that for so long. That like let's at least be pushing up the bloody the European spots. Like, we're good enough to be there, obviously. Good game. Excited to see how this team develops from that result and these last 2 games. So that was Man City.
Absolute brilliant game. You won't see better Barclays this season, I guarantee you that.
Yeah, you won't.
So that being said, welcome back to the Pride FT. Please like, subscribe, comment, and all that good stuff. Next up, we have got some team news. Oh, and if you want to join the fantasy football, the code is in the description. I am still winning, by the way. But anyway,
yeah, you are.
Club news. Let's go. What's
Club
going
news. So not that much really. Just a few international bits and bobs to go over. A few international bits and bobs to go over. Mostly concerning obviously players.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, Cole Palmer gets called up to England for the first time. There have been a few injuries in the England camp, so I don't actually know who it was who had to pull out, but some shitter did. And that has given a space for Cole Palmer to get called up alongside Rico Lewis and Ezri Konsa from Aston Villa as well. So all three of those are getting their first call-ups. But what it does mean is that Jude Bellingham had to pull out of the squad because of an injury, and so did Levi Colwill, who's returned from England due to, I believe, shoulder issues. Not good, but, it is what it is. For France, and this actually might explain why he played so badly against Man City, Malo Gusto was withdrawn from the France squad after an MRI scan revealed a small injury to the medial lateral ligament in his right knee.
Wherever that is.
Right, but he's had that you've seen that kind of bandaging and that strapping around his knee. Yeah. Clearly, he's been playing through some pain because he has to be available because we can't trust Reece James currently to stay fit. So, we'll have to see how that goes. Hopefully, it puts a bit of pressure on Reece James to stay fit. Hopefully he can do that and we'll be all right. But, he's had to come back. With the injury to, he plays for Liverpool, he's a centre back, he's big and French. Konate, Disasi has also been called up to the France squad. So
very nice.
A lot of our players are travelling hither and thither again to play for their international side.
Just fingers crossed, no fucking injuries. Please.
I know. Hopefully, a prideful moment for them, and really, actually, quite buzzing to see Cole Palmer get an opportunity to play.
Yeah, same.
I feel like his kind of style would really suit international football. So excited to see what he does for England. Hopefully he can get some decent minutes. But having said that, Gareth Southgate is still called up Calvin Phillips and still called up Jordan Henderson because he's a fucking fraud.
Why the fuck are you calling up Jordan Henderson?
It's just a joke.
And Harry Maguire, go fuck yourself.
And I feel bad because players like bloody James Ward-Prowse, who've got another 2 assists on the weekend, who's literally hooping for West Ham, you can't even get a sniff. And one of our own, Sterling. Yeah. Even with these injuries, Sterling still doesn't get the call up, but Rico Lewis does.
Mad.
The guy's so overrated. He's pants.
Gareth Southgate has got a grudge, and that's what it is.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
You know what? He needs to fuck off and quick. Chelsea face fresh questions over how Roman Abramovich funded the club's success after leaked files reveal a string of secret payments that may have breached strict football rules, including those on financial fair play. Now, let's just say this was through a Cyprus investigation, and I think it was anyway, and it was, I think, 2010.
Yeah,
I think it's old as shit.
It's leaked papers, isn't it? Leaked stuff.
Yeah. Which, I mean, no one likes Roman Abramovich for some reason, so all the news outlets are going to be on his fucking case. So when it says string of secret payments that may have breached strict football rules, we're probably talking, it's probably not even that much, to be fair.
So, this is obviously, a thing. Leaked files reveal secret payments that may have breached FFP rules. This is from The Guardian. Apparently, the Cyprus Confidential. Apparently, this is like a multi-organizational kind of investigation into these types of things. I don't think it was all just to find us out, but it was basically
all the oligarchs.
Yeah, so the payments have come to light thanks to an international investigation known as Cyprus Confidential. A cache of 3.6 million offshore records leaked to the International Consortium of Investigative Journalists and Germany's paper trail media.
What was that? 3.6 mil?
Yeah, of records. It shared access with The Guardian. Yeah. So basically, obviously, they would have found stuff that linked us to doing payments that weren't on the books, basically, is what it means, I guess. And stuff in the background. Now, obviously, we're Chelsea fans, so we're going to want to defend our club. Yep. I mean, one thing to say, he's not our owner anymore.
No.
How can you... Again, I'm seeing in the headlines, and I swear they do it on purpose to get clicks, but they're talking about getting points deductions. What the fuck does payments have that last happened in 2018 have anything to do with us 6 years later?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? 5 years later, with a whole new ownership group.
Yeah.
It's just bollocks. It's just bullshit.
It's just bizarre, and it's not even that much. And if you want to talk about financial fair play, where the fuck is Man City's penalisation? Because they got 114 fucking counts there waiting. So it's fucking ridiculous.
So apparently it was like paying stuff, to associates, to agents, and that kind of thing to kind of get deals over the line. Apparently Williams involved, Hazard did the deal involved, Conte as well. So stuff like that. But again, at this point, all that's such old news. So, well, how are you going to retrospectively punish us for something that this ownership group has not been involved in? And also they've been very transparent with all of the money that's happening in the deal.
Exactly.
And also, this thing happens in every club. Let me tell you, there is no major club who doesn't use their influence to spread money about in interesting ways. Let me say interesting ways. And
brown
as you said,
envelopes everywhere.
Brown envelopes, and as you said, Man City, as it stands, have got 115 financial irregularities hanging over them, and nothing's happened for years about that. So,
have you seen any fucking headlines about that? Because I haven't.
No, you haven't. Haven't. So let's sort that out first. Yeah, Bumba class.
Fuck themselves. Conor Gallagher. About his future, I'm sure that it will get sorted out. Everyone knows Chelsea is my club and I love playing for them. The fans are brilliant. Oh, stop it. And I'm loving it right now. I'm sure it will get itself sorted out. Well, we hope so, mate, because the last time we've heard all that shit was from Mason Mount, who didn't sign a fucking contract. So, we hope it does get sorted out, and hope that I think you should have a bright future because you're tirelessly working to be the best, and you put your heart and fucking soul in for this club, and we all can see that, and we all respect you for it, and we all love you. So
it's a tricky one, isn't it? Because his deal runs out in summer of 2025, so it's not that long in you'd like to have someone tied up by then. You don't really want to let anyone get into their last year of their contract.
No, exactly.
But I'm a bit nervous because
I just mentioned before.
Well, I just mentioned earlier as well, like Lavia's been brought in for £56 million. Yeah. Where does he belong in his team?
Exactly.
He's, the ownership group are going to put pressure on Pochettino to play him because they have to, because it's their investment.
Yeah.
And somebody like Conor Gallagher, who costs the club nothing, they will see as an easy candidate to sell.
Profit.
But it will be very unpopular, as you said, amongst the fans, and hopefully amongst the squad as well, because he must be. I'd hope he's a popular character because, as you said, he puts everything into every game.
I think he is,
and you can't question his. Yeah, literally, you just can't. You can't question what he gives to the team, and it'd be a real shame to lose that to somebody who might not even want to stay for their whole life at Chelsea in Lavia. Exactly. Who might want to move on to Barcelona or Real as soon as he gets the opportunity. So
exactly, I don't think. Thing is, that's the thing you got to think of. Like, Lavia might be good or whatever, but what if he isn't, for one, and two? If Real Madrid came in next year and said Gallagher and Lavia, and offered him a contract each, I bet you bottom dollar I know who's going and who's staying.
Yeah.
So, it's one of those. Loyalty is key in football, and we're missing a lot of it. So we need, that stable midfielder, that Lampard, we need that. So, hopefully it doesn't go. But talking about transfers, Victor Osimhen has said that he'll be open to a Chelsea move, but the Premier League will have to wait until next summer. So basically what it said, who was it?
John Mikel.
Thank you. That's the one.
On his podcast, the Obi-Wan podcast.
Yeah, mate, what a name! What a name! Yeah. Love him. And he said, I'm basically orchestrating that deal, and it's gonna fucking happen. And that's basically what he said. But Osimhen has come out and said, I only own two jerseys, and one's Man United, and one's Chelsea. So So I think. I've always said this. I've said this from like 2018, 19. I have said Victor Osimhen will suit Chelsea down to a T. Because I saw him when he was young, and I was like, he is quality, and he's only got better. He's only got better.
Yeah, and obviously he's had weird times at Napoli because
I was just going to say, racist bastards have put him through the fucking ringer. For no apparent reason.
Embarrassed him. His own club embarrassed him with stupid social media posts. So, you could see why he might be like, do you know what? I don't owe these guys nothing. And the wheels have kind of fallen off at Napoli a bit as well, because they had that amazing season under Spalletti. Yeah. Spalletti's left. He's gone now to manage Italy. And they've just had to sack the manager that they used to replace him because they were shit. So it's not like staying there is going to guarantee you multiple Serie A wins. Like, it was an amazing season, and he did amazingly well. But there's no guarantee that they'll remain successful. I mean, of all the strikers in Europe, I do love a bit of Victor Osimhen. What I really like about Osimhen that I've seen, especially with a lot of his goals last season, just a clean striker of the ball and can finish from like any angle. Some of the goals and the volleys he scored last season were amazing.
Any distance, he's on it.
And that's what I want to see, like technique in the box. Like, there's one thing. It's all good being quick. Your Mudriks, your Werners. But if you don't have clean ball striking, there's no point being quick and getting in a good position if you can't, hit the ball. And that can make you a very, very useful player, especially as a striker. It would be a move I'd be interested in. But
we'd all love him, and he'd feel that love, I think.
But again, though. We've got Jackson, we've got Broja, we've got Nkunku. I know Nkunku isn't strictly a striker, but I don't know. It just like, who then do you drop out? Because someone has to drop out, and it's going to be Broja. Sure. And once again, it's going to be an academy player who has to leave to make space for players that the club are bringing in. So
Broja's so good.
I know, and I just feel like I just seen a clip of Raheem Sterling yesterday talking to Ian Wright, and he was like, Ian Wright said, "Who's the quickest player in the squad?" And he was like, "Broja." He's the quickest bloke on the earth. And he was like, and Ian Wright was, I swear down, he goes, yeah, honestly, he's rapid. And he said, and not only is he rapid, but he's class as well. Trust me, he's going to be sick. So, I don't know, it feels like it'd be a waste of an opportunity.
Was this before Mudryk?
Yeah.
All right, okay. I was going to say, Mudryk's got to be faster.
Yeah.
Rapid.
So anyway, we'll keep an eye on that. I hope it doesn't happen, because he'd be another 100 millioner. And we don't need another one in the squad. Come on, bruv. Women's, yeah. So the main story, the US women's national team has confirmed that Emma Hayes will take over at the end of the season. I mentioned this in the last episode because it was heavily linked straight away from her announcement of leaving. Hey, it's a good job for her. She's been talking this week about how she was doing it for like work-life balance reasons, and she said she's missed so many parents' evenings, sports days, all of the kind of key things that you do as a parent, that she said she's just been so busy with Chelsea. It's such a full-on job that she feels that she's missed out. She wants to be more present, which is fair enough. I mean,
we did offer her quadruple money.
She was saying that she was driving 4 hours a day to work for Chelsea.
To their two bags, not that bad.
Yeah. Well,
for that
where's
money,
she living? Where's she living?
Yeah.
Surely she can get a gaff nearby. I mean, I don't know how well she was paid, but I don't know.
In the millions.
I don't know though. I don't know. If you think about like the world record transfer for a football player in a women's game is 300 grand.
Is it?
Yeah.
Mind you, we have won everything a lot. So
it would probably be a thing
bonuses in there somewhere.
I'm sure, but I bet her pay is probably not as good as we might think it is, considering we know she's the best in the world. But yeah, it's one of those weird things. But she'll get paid more at the US Women's. I'm sure. Mate, she deserves the pay rise.
I think she should fucking manage a men's team.
Yeah, well, maybe that.
I think there should be more women managers in the men's game.
Yeah,
that's what I think personally.
Yeah, I mean, it's just about. No, it's just about breaking down the barriers, isn't it? And just allowing, or not even allowing, but just showing people that, look, just because they're a woman doesn't mean they don't know what they're talking about. I think that's kind of half the problem, is that you think about a lot of fans in football. You imagine the kind of sticks that they would get on the touchline. Having said that, it's not like men's don't as well. So
exactly.
And so, talking of Chelsea then, we had a 3-0 win over Everton on Sunday. This is the match report from the Chelsea website. A trio of well-taken goals saw Chelsea continue their unbeaten start to the season with a 3-0 victory over Everton in the Barclays Women's Super League at Walton Hall Park on Sunday. Jessie Fleming opened the scoring for the Blues inside 14 minutes with a beautifully placed right-footed volley, but it was Everton who created the clearest sightings on goal during the first half, where Anne-Katrin Berger was crucial in protecting our one-goal lead at the break. A strong start to the second half saw us double our advantage shortly after the hour when Sam Kerr clinically converted an excellent cross Yeah, good goal from Johanna Ariting Kanured before substitute Aggie Beaver-Jones found the far corner with a wonderful stoppage time strike.
Yep.
That leaves them first, by the way. They're still first in the WSL.
And they haven't lost, so...
True. Yeah. And they play again tonight in the Women's Champions League against Real Madrid at 8 p.m. So in about an hour and 20 from when we're recording. They're going to get absolutely
fucking clapped. Another Chelsea win there.
Yeah, I hope so.
Sam Kerr going for it. Help 11.
Going ham.
See the backflip and that. Oh, mate, she's just class. Absolute class.
She really is.
And you know what? Our away kit looks so... is our away kit Vas Green?
Yeah, it was our away kit.
It looks so good on the women's. Like, I don't know what it was, but have we played in that yet?
We have played in it once, I think.
I remember. But it looked clean, bruv. I was like, I need one.
I know, it's a nice kit.
Anything on? What's with the youth both? Give me the lowdown.
Youth. So Chelsea under-21s beat Leeds under-21s on the weekend. David Washington, our young Brazilian, who we signed this summer.
I saw the goal. Did you see it?
I didn't actually. Was it good?
It was all right. It was standard. It was standard, but you know what? Fucking, you take it.
You got to score him. You got to score.
Striker, you know. So.
Yeah. Match report from the Chelsea website. First half, David Washington brace was enough to see us past Leeds United in the Premier League Cup as Chelsea under-21s maintain our 100% start in the competition. Came away with all 3 points, returned to winning ways with a good victory away from home, controlled most of the first half, taking advantage of the home side's high line, but in the end, we were made to work hard for the victory with some strong defending late on. The under-18s didn't play. The next games for both teams comes up in a couple of weeks, so I won't talk about them now. We'll talk about them later on. No.
And that brings us on to Rival Watch. Rival Watch. Liverpool bounced back from Luton disappointment with a 3-0 win over Brentford. Salah reaches 200th goal involvement in English football. So
yes,
it says bounced back, but it's only Brentford, so you know.
Yeah, but hey, we lost to them 2-0. Liverpool kind of stuck them away quite easily for 3-0. Really, I just wanted to mention Salah. I mean, who'd have thought that he would come back and do what he's done? And he has to be, he's right up there. I don't want to kind of give him a position in kind of all-time Premier League greats, but he's got to be in the top 15.
He's close,
isn't he? There's a discussion to be had there. Maybe we'll do that for a video one day.
Ooh, yeah.
But kudos to him for coming back and being so bloody effective and
every single game, every single season.
And once again, every
Never
season.
Injured.
And once again,
when's he injured?
True. He's literally, he's so fucking durable. And once again, he's the first player in the FPL to reach 100 points this season.
Yep.
So you've got to have him in your team. Luckily, I do. I had a really good weekend this weekend.
I do as well. I think I do anyway. Pretty sure I do.
I think Liverpool are now second. We'll have a look at the table in a sec just to go over who stands where. Arsenal beat Burnley 3-1. Didn't really have much more to say about that. Pretty, understandable result, really, all things considered.
Big shocker. Wolves
a big shocker,
carry on Spurs losing ways with 2 goals in stoppage time to beat them 2-1. And I fucking love it.
Yeah, I mean, just amazing. A great goal to equalise as well from Sarabia, and then Lamina to score like that in the 97th minute. It's just pucker. So the wheels are falling off the Spurs wagon big time, let me tell you.
We knew it fucking happened.
We came to 3-point lane. We dumped on them. We removed their unbeaten aura, and now players have fallen down injured. Players are banned. They are having a poor time, and they've got a tough run as well after the international break. So fingers crossed that their really strong start to the season can kind of really taper off now, and we can hopefully get above them. That'd be lovely. But that was lovely because I was in work. I always keep an eye on the scores, and I was disappointed to see them 1-0 up just so late. And then I see the equaliser. I'm like, oh, there's hope. And then it does happen, and it was great.
Bournemouth slump Newcastle 2-0. Both goals came from Chelsea Academy legend Solanke.
Yeah.
I fucking love Solanke. I always have. I thought he was great.
He's a decent player. He's an underrated player, I would suggest.
2-0 to Newcastle. Mate, we've got them soon, haven't we? Next, haven't we? Yeah, we've got
them next. Yeah.
So they're coming off a 2-0 loss to Bournemouth. We love all that. Thank you. Thank you very much, Solanke.
And Kieran Trippier as well, having a beef with a fan after the game, who's having a go at him.
Did he?
Which I think is hilarious. And he was basically saying, we've got, look at all the injuries we've got. Look at all the injuries we've got. What can we do? And I just find it so mental that Newcastle fans are now getting to the point where they're having a go at them because they've lost a few games. It's like, brother, do you know where you were? You've been good for about 5 minutes.
Exactly.
There is no need for you.
Good year.
Do you know what I mean? Like, there's no need for you having a go at your own players.
The year before that, you was like 12th, my brother. Like, you wasn't good.
I know. So just a bit of a joke from their fans need to relax. Like, I think they've made it because they've had a few good results, and they've had a few.
Champions League, getting fucking,
have a good season,
you're getting fucked in there as well. But Man United managed to get another win, as we said before, 1-0 over Luton. Luton, by the way, fucking putting it on the big teams, aren't they? I mean,
I guess so. Yeah, giving them a good game.
Probably went against Liverpool, giving it some. And then obviously Man United, they only could get a 1-0 win, which was that extra time again. I swear it was 97th minute.
59th minute, Victor Lindelof.
I think it was the week before there was extra time. But absolutely outrageous. Always just scummy fucking. Oh, I hate them.
Just scummy, crappy wins. Like, they're just not good. All I see for like United fans online, people that I follow and stuff, no one's happy with where they're at and how they're playing.
But everybody thinks they're fucking sick at the same time. So it's like everybody's oh yeah, we're playing shit, but all of our players are fucking god tier.
But see, that's the really weird thing about United. Like, they've actually got like the best points total from the last 6 games or something weird.
Yeah.
In the Premier League somehow, because they just keep shitting wins out.
Just 1-0.
It's very strange.
Shit games as well.
Yeah, I know. That's it. So yeah, they're on 6th at the moment. Yeah. Let's have a quick look at the table then and just kind of evaluate where we're at.
So
Man City are top.
Sitting at top with 28 points.
Yeah. Liverpool are second now, just 1 point behind them. Arsenal are also on 27 points, 1 point behind Man City, whose goal difference is ever so slightly worse than Liverpool's, which puts them in third. Tottenham, after those 2 losses, now got 26 points, and Aston Villa got 25. So
Aston Villa,
actually, Kirkin. A really very interesting top 5. Look, I mean, 3 points separate the top 5. It's the closest and most competitive that I've seen like that for a long time. So actually it makes for a really good, entertaining season, obviously.
Then we've got shitty Devils in 21 points in 6th. Newcastle, 20 points in 7th. Then you've got Brighton, 19 points, West Ham 17.
Who haven't won a game in 5, by the way.
Yeah. And then we've got West Ham, who's only just won 1 in 5. And then you've got the Blues, the fucking pride of London, Chelsea.
So that's it. Slap bang in the middle of the table we are. In 10th, joint on points with Brentford, and actually the same bloody win, loss and draw record as well, which is pretty embarrassing.
Just a better goal difference, that's all.
Yeah, and then we're just a point ahead of Wolves and Palace and Everton. A couple points. So really,
still early doors though.
It is still early doors, but for this far into the season,
we need to be top.
We're
5.
not happy, Brev. Like, where we are is a bit of a joke thing, and the teams that we're sharing that part of the table with, we're so much better than them. So, as I said earlier on, we've got to now get a run on.
Have you seen Burnley's last 5?
But I mean, Burnley just stink. This is going to be the Luton
4 points, bro.
Luton, Sheffield, Burnley have got to go. All 3 of them. They've got to come up. 6. They've got to go back down. All of them stink. So that's kind of where the table's at. So what are we probably I don't know, about a quarter through the season now? About a third. About a third through the season. Really.
About a third.
Yeah, just under a third. So we're trundling on through. Unfortunately, as we said, we do have an international break, so no game to react to next week. But I guess we'll do a bit of a preview for the Newcastle game. In the podcast, just talk about that a bit more. But that's about it.
We've got Newcastle on 25th of November on a Saturday. Is that at 3 p.m? Do we know?
It is 3 p.m. Yeah.
Great. Look forward to that. Please have a great weekend. Watch some international football if you really care. Please like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And as always,
As always,
up the chairs. Up the chairs.
Thanks for listening to The Pride. If you enjoyed what you heard, feel free to leave us a review on your podcast app of choice, and maybe drop a like or follow on our YouTube, Twitter, TikTok and Instagram pages. And as always, up the Chels.